Hi storytellers, my name is Drifted Thorn, and today I thought I'd do something a little bit different. I thought I'd take the 16 personalities, this free personality test, to see what type of personality I have exactly. This is a free website, so I don't know how accurate it is, but also I wanted to thank you guys so much. It's I think like March 23rd. It's been a year since I've done YouTube. And there's a lot of points where I felt like just saying screw it and just stopping and stuff, but I didn't, and I kept on going it, and I'm really grateful to you guys. You've stuck around, and you've liked my videos, and you've left comments, and it's been really cool to get to know you guys. So thank you so much for that. I am so grateful, and I can't tell you how excited I get when I see like I have like a new person followed me, or one of you guys liked my videos, or you guys left a comment. I can't tell you how like that it makes my day. I'm on a high the rest of the day because of that. So thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate that. So now, let's see what type of person you're actually following. I might completely surprise you guys. Probably not. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious what type of person I am. Okay. You find it difficult to introduce yourself to other people. Very much so. You often get lost in thought that you ignore or forget your surroundings. Disagree with that. I never, I'm a watcher. I'm always watching my surroundings, especially if I'm with, my family. I'm always watching out for, danger and stuff. So I'm always just watching people and watching everything around me. You try to respond to your emails as soon as possible and can't stand a messy inbox. Completely agree. It drives me nuts. Okay, this has nothing to do with an inbox, but everything has to be organized. Like my closet has to be organized a certain way. Even my desk area, my speakers, I have moved 5 times since I've set up this desk because the wire from the speaker to plug into the computer is really short. So it's been bugging me because I can't hide it because the way I normally set it up, it's supposed to go in this desk area, but because it's so short, I can't do that because it doesn't reach the back of my computer. So now I have it on the front of my desk just hanging out, and it drives me absolutely mad that it's not hidden and it's not organized and perfect, and it's just I can't stand it. It has to be organized, and it has to be organized in my way, because if it's not, it drives me completely nuts, and I totally blame my dad for that. That is totally for my dad. He's like that too. So it's his side. It's his fault that I have this thing where it has to be my way. It has to be organized my way, and I can't stand a mess. You find it easily to stay relaxed even when there's some pressure. I agree with that. You don't usually what's this word?
Initiate.
Okay. So I normally don't begin conversations. I totally agree with that. I will not begin a conversation with you, but if you do with me, I have no problem. As long as you leave it open to, being able to respond. If you say, if you say, what's a closed, if you have a closed statement where, really your only choices are, cool or great or something like that. It's I don't know how to respond then to you because you didn't really give me an option. You really do something out of okay, see, this is what I like about this is I go like this. Oh, it's not gonna do it now. Wait, meaning. See,
Curiosity.
See, it was on tip. I could do cure, and then the rest of the stupid word would not come out. Okay, curiosity. I strongly disagree with that. Everything I do is normally out of curiosity. Next, you feel superior to other people. Absolutely not. Being organized is more important to you than being adaptive. Disagree with that. After I just said I like being organized, I do like being organized, but I can adapt to where it's still organized, but it's adaptive to whatever. Because we move around a lot, so obviously my stuff isn't always organized. If I'm in a suitcase and I'm sharing with my dad, a lot of time me and my dad will share one suitcase just so we don't have a lot of luggage. So you can still organize stuff but still be adaptive to whatever you're doing. You're usually high motivated and energetic. Disagree. I mean, not with the, well, it's only the last year or so I've really been motivated to do stuff, because right after high school I'm I immediately, like 3 days after high school, I immediately went and started working at a kennel. And it was a dead end job. There was no way to move up. I was in the back of the kennel working with the dogs. I was, cleaning up after them. I was feeding them. I was putting them out in the runs, and then I was even doing, they had a big dog park where I would take like 20 or sometimes even went up to 40 dogs out all at once, and I was responsible for all that. And because of that, I became a shift leader. Well, a shift leader, then you're doing the feeding and the medicine, and you're taking the dogs from the owner to the back to put them where they belong, and you're, taking the dogs to the groomers and stuff. And you have to keep track of every single dog. You gotta make sure they're in their run. You gotta make sure everything's done. You're in control of the rest of the staff that are doing the back of the kennel, the rest of the kennel staff. But being a shift leader, I had a lot more responsibilities, but there was no pay raise, and there was no. That was it. That was as high as I could climb. So I wasn't really motivated to do anything. I was fine being like that. I was fine being stuck in a dead end job. It was only when it became dangerous to my health that I quit, and then I spent a year just staying at home, and I'm like, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm supposed to do now. And it's actually my mom that got me to go to college, and even then I'm like, what the hell am I going to do? And it's only this last 3 months that I think I've actually figured out what I want to do, although I'm jumping in between doing full-time photography or trying to become a zoologist, so who knows what I'm going to do. Winning debate matters less to you than making sure no one gets upset. I highly agree with that. Well, I agree with that. Yeah, I don't think there's a debate that I feel like I had to win. You often feel as if you have to justify yourself to other people. Absolutely not. Your home and work environment are quite tidy. Absolutely agree. You do not mind being the center of attention. Absolutely disagree. It's funny because I'm doing this, and that's literally is the game, and then me and my little camera, my little space here, this center of attention. But you guys aren't actually here, actually sitting in my room watching me, so it's good. You consider yourself more practical than creative. Disagree with that. People rarely upset you. I agree with that. I'm very hard to upset. The only time I will get super, super upset with someone is if they attack my family. That's the only time people will really piss me off. Your travel plans are usually well thought up. Yes. They normally are. The destination is normally well thought out. How we get there, if you're going to travel, using a car or plane, that's normally well thought out. So, I agree. It's often difficult to you to relate to other people's feelings. Highly agree with that. I find it so difficult to relate to other people, which is why I have no friends. Your mood can change very quickly. I disagree with that. I think I pretty much am in one mood. If you see me in the morning, if I just woke up, I'm going to be, not in a good mood. I'm normally not, in a pleasant mood until I get some food in my stomach. But after that, I'm pretty much, the personality you see is pretty much what I am the rest of the day. In discussions, truth should be more important than people's sensitivity. That depends on the truth. Okay. The camera's crooked. It's bothering me. In discussion, truth should be more important than people's sensitivities. Does this mean their feelings? Look it up. People's feelings, which maybe these are failing me, are hurt. But that depends on the truth, though. I'm going to agree slightly with that. You rarely worry about how your actions affect other people. Strongly disagree with that. I very much worry about my effects or my actions, how it affects everything. That's why I have this butterfly. I don't know if you guys can see that. This butterfly tattoo. It's always to remind me that my actions have an effect, whether it's big or small, positive, negative, whether I see it or not. It's always to remind me to watch what I say or how I act, because it does affect the people around me and it affects myself. So I'm always very conscious of that, and that's why I even have a tattoo to remind me to be careful about what I'm doing and what I'm saying. Because, everything you do has an effect. Positive, good, positive, bad. Whether you see it, don't see it, you might not think about it, but, I've had people that have said, like my dad, for instance, he said, wow, you're really eating a lot. And to him, that probably wasn't, that wasn't anything bad. But to me, I kind of felt like he was calling me fat. So, like, it's probably not how he meant it, but that's how I took it. So to him, that word probably wasn't a big deal. But to me, it was. So just, like, he didn't mean it like that. But you never know how something you do is going to affect someone else, depending on what mood they're in, what they've been through, what are they going through. So it's always just better to be very cautious of that. Your work style is closer to random energy spikes than to
Methodical.
Done correctly to a form. Okay, so done an organized approach. Your work style is closer to random energy spikes. I agree with that. I really don't plan out how I'm gonna do stuff, which I probably should, but it's more like I know I need to record, but I'll only be like when I get a spike of energy. I'm like, okay, let's record. Like today, I didn't plan on doing it because I had a really bad headache all day, where even like hurt. Looking at a screen was hurting my eyes, so I really waited, and all of a sudden my headache went away, and then I was like, oh, I got energy, I should record something. So that's what I'm doing. And this is like a celebrating of a year, and then a personality test, and the fact that I should play Spyro, but I don't want to hook it up. I unhooked my PlayStation because the cords, they drive me nuts, man. They drive me nuts. You are often envious of other people. What does envious mean? Feeling or showing envy. I'm envious of their happy. Oh, jealousy? No, I disagree with that. Whoops, that's not the right one. I disagree. This one. Ignore this one. I don't feel envious. I feel happy if someone else, has stuff, because, like, if they have something, like, I'm like, oh, that's really cool, I wish I had that. That just means it's something for me to work towards. So I don't ever feel, like, jealous that they have something, or, like, jealous that they have someone. Like, I could be jealous that both of my brothers have found, someone to live their life with, but I'm not, because the way I figure it, it's bound to happen at some point, right? Probably not. I'll probably never find someone like that. But I'm not jealous of them. I'm happy. And if it happens to me, it happens to me. If not, that's okay, cool. 2. An interesting book or video game is often better than social event. Yes, it is. I 100% agree with that. Being able to develop a plan and stick to it is the most important part of every project. I agree that you need to develop a plan for a project. But it also depends, like, sometimes, your plans change, though, so if you try to stick to one plan, but it needs to be changed, that's not good. So, I'm gonna slightly agree with that one. You are rarely carried away by fantasies or ideas. Oh, I'm gonna slightly agree with that. Yeah, I'm going to slightly agree with that. You have to find yourself lost in thought when walking in nature. I agree with that, but I'm still... I agree with that, because that's a lot of times where I go to think is in walking with nature. But I try not to get too lost to where I'm not, like, seeing, like, the beauty that's around me. If someone does not respond to your email quickly, you start wondering if you said something wrong. I'm gonna slightly agree with that. I do worry if people don't respond to my emails, but I just worry, like, technology wise, like, oh, did they not get it? Did it not send? Because sometimes, like, I've gotten texts that people have sent me, like, yesterday. My mom sent me a text, and I didn't get it until this morning, and she sent it at, like, 12 o'clock yesterday around lunchtime, asking me something, and I didn't get it until today. So that's what I worry about, is, like, if the technology aspect's messed up, not if I said something wrong. So I should slightly agree with this, because I do worry, I just don't do it for the reason that they're stating. As a parent, okay, I'm not, but okay, I'll pretend like I have a child. As a parent, you'd rather see your child grow up kind and smart. Absolutely agree with that. The world needs more kind people in it. Absolutely. You do not let other people influence your actions. I'm going to slightly agree to that, just because, like, I like choosing my own path, and, like, if I let people influence my actions, like, I would have long hair, I would not be wearing what I'm wearing, I wouldn't act the way I act, because My parents would definitely love me to be more girlier than I am. They definitely would love it if I was not as tomboyish as I am. But like career-wise, like I listen to like my mom when she helps me decide what like I should do and what college I should go to. So I slightly listen, but more often than not, I'm gonna do my own thing. When you sleep, your dreams tend to focus on real world and events. Disagree. Strongly disagree with that. Most of the time, I don't. If I do dream, I don't remember it. A lot of time, it just seems like it's just blackness. And then if I do dream, it's a lot of nightmares. And it's mostly. I'm just gonna say it's a lot of nightmares. I don't want to talk what they're about, but yeah, it's mostly nightmares. I couldn't tell you the last time I had like a good, pleasant dream. It doesn't take you much time to start getting involved in social events at your new workplace. It does not. I strongly disagree with that. It takes me a lot of time to do that, if ever do that. You are more of a natural improviser than a careful planner. I'm going to slightly agree. I feel like I'm contradicting myself. I don't know. I mean, like, I don't plan every single second of my life. So, like today, I knew I had to record, but I didn't, like, plan when I was going to record or what I was going to record when I sat here. So, it was more impulsive that I did this. Or improvising that I did this. Your emotions control you more than you control them. I highly disagree with that. I have been called heartless and soulless because I don't let people see my emotions. So I'm disagreeing with that. You enjoy going to social events that involve dress up or role playing actions. I have never been to an event that involves dress up or role playing actions, and since I don't like going to social events, I'm going to disagree with that. You often spend time exploring unrealistic and impractical yet intriguing ideas. You often spend time exploring unrealistic. I disagree with that. I think that all my ideas are realistic. They might not be practical, but I think they're all realistic, at least. You'd rather improvise than spend time coming up with a detailed plan. I agree with that. As long as you have a plan, like just like a layout, I think you're fine. I don't think you need like a highly detailed plan. You're a relatively reserved and quiet person. 100% agree with that. If you had a business, you'd find it difficult to fire loyal but unperforming employees. No. Because that's the thing that drove me crazy at the kennel. Like, I'm a hard worker, so I expect everyone else to be a hard worker. And if you're not, which is surprisingly, I won't have a problem. Like, when I became shift leader, when they put me in a position of that I was the leader and I was in charge of stuff, I had no problem telling the other employees to do this or do that, or that you need to stop slacking off, or just because the clock hit 5:30 doesn't mean that your shift's done, because there's still a lot of stuff to do. So I disagree with that. I think I could fire an employee if they weren't performing the way they need to perform. You often contemplate the reason for human existence. Not often. I do think about it because it's an interesting thought to have, but it's not often. I'm going to slightly agree because I probably spend more time thinking about it than an average person. Logic is usually more important than heart when it comes to making important decisions. I disagree with that. If I followed logic would tell me that it's not smart to go after photography because it's an unreliable job, and you don't get paid a lot if you're not like a really high photographer. So following my passions, it'd be smarter to become like a doctor or a dentist, something that pays really, really well, but instead I'm following my heart and doing something that doesn't pay a lot, and that it's going to be hard to get going at first, and that I probably won't ever make a lot from it, but I'd rather follow my heart in that than look back and go, God, I wish I had tried it. So, I strongly disagree with that. Okay, I thought because the porch has this piece missing from the roof, and so yesterday 2 birds got in, 2 sparrows, and they actually got into the house, and so my roof is tarped, and so I thought I heard a bird. I don't think I did. I think it was just stuff falling. Anyways, yeah, but we had 2 birds yesterday. We had to chase it. We finally got both of them out of the house, but I'm like, it's just like, why, birds and lizards and bugs, it's like, go away. Keeping your option open is more important than having a to-do list. I strongly agree with that. Like, you can have a to-do list. I had to-do lists, like, I want to do stuff, but you gotta keep your options open, because you never know when something good's coming around and you want to do it. You gotta do it. You can't miss opportunities. Life is too damn short. That's what I hate. Like, you're born, you start immediately learning stuff. You learn stuff, and then you go to school for 12 years. If you're in America, I don't know if it's different if you're overseas, but, you do. I went from preschool. I did preschool twice because I didn't make the age requirement to go into kindergarten. So I had to do preschool twice, then you do the 12 years, and then you do college, and you spend so much of your time doing learning. You got to get this degree, and then you go and you work until you retire, and I hate that. I'm like, you're wasting so much of your life. Like, go out and see the fucking world, I hate that the world is like this. It's like, you're missing so much. You miss so much doing what society expects, to go to school, to get a job, to make money. It's like, live. Okay, I'll go way off topic for some of these. If your friend is sad about something, you're more likely to offer emotional support than suggest ways to deal with a problem. The last time I had a really good friend was, I was in like the 3rd grade. I mean, I was really young. Like, I don't know, like, what's the friend definition? Okay, yeah. Because, like, I'll have classmates that I will talk to in class, and I'll joke around with them. But once class is done, like, that's it. I stop interacting with them. Like, we part ways. We don't, do personal crap, just, oh, what'd you get on the test? Oh, I got this. Or, like, did you understand the homework? Yeah, I did this. And, like, and you complain about the teacher and the class and like that. Like, I've never had a friend where, like, that they would rely on me to be the emotional support. The last time I was emotional support for someone was, like, 4th, 3rd grade. I mean, and I think, if I remember right, I offered solutions to the problem. I don't think I was moral support. So I disagree with that. I think I would offer a way to deal with the problem. If you rarely feel insecure, disagree with that. I feel insecure plenty of times. I shouldn't strongly disagree. I mean, a couple years ago, like 2 years ago, I would have strongly disagree with that. But I think I've gotten better. I've gotten more confident, especially since I started doing, like, YouTube and photography. I've actually feel, like, more confident, have more, like, courage in myself. Is that the word I want? I feel better about myself is what I want to say. You have no difficulties coming up with a personal timetable and sticking to it. What does that mean? You have no difficulties coming up with a personal timetable and sticking to it. I'm gonna disagree just because I don't like timetables. Like, I'll have a list to do, like, gotta do the dishes, gotta clean the room, gotta record, but, like, I do it just whenever I want to. I don't be like, okay, I gotta do it at this time, and at this time. So I disagree with that, if I'm reading that question right. Being right is more important than being cooperative when it comes to teamwork. Again, like, that depends. Like, if it's a life and death situation and you're right, like, you don't want to, you don't want to back down just because you'd be like, oh, I want to be cooperative. I slightly disagree, I guess. I mean, I'd rather be cooperative than right if it's not, like, life or death situation. You think that everyone's views should be respected regardless whether they are supported by facts or not. I agree with that, and I'm taking that more as like a religion standpoint. Or like how everyone like sees the world and stuff. It should be respected regardless of how they look at stuff. You are more energetic after spending time with a group of people. Strongly disagree with that. Unless it's my family. See, this is the thing. If it's my family, no. Actually, I take that back. Even if it's my family, I am, after spending like with the group, I am so like mentally exhausted. I'm like, just leave me alone and let me go into my room. You frequently misplace your things. Strongly disagree. I know where all my stuff is. You see yourself as very emotional stable. I agree with that. I feel very stable. Your mind is always buzzing with unexplored ideas and plans. I agree with that as well. I always have plans. Like I'm always thinking ahead. Like, what am I going to do in a couple months? What am I going to do in a couple months? You would not call yourself a dreamer. I disagree with that. I believe I'm a dreamer. You usually find it difficult to relax when talking in front of people. Yes, very, very much agree with that. Like, I wanted to live stream, and someone came into the chat. I think it was, Chubex's husband came into chat, and I just got super nervous, and I'm like, oh god, I don't know what to do now. What should I do with my hands? What am I supposed to be doing? I'm like, I don't, which is funny, because again, I'm doing this, but you guys aren't actually here right now, so it doesn't count. Generally speaking, you rely more on your experience than your imagination. Generally speaking, you rely more on your experience than your... This is imagination, right?
Imagination.
Yeah. I'm going to agree with that. You worry too much about other people. You worry too much about what other people think. I disagree with that. I don't really worry about what people think. Right, wrong, doesn't matter to me. If the room is full, you will stay closer to the walls and avoid the center. Yes, I will completely agree. One, because if the room is full, I'd rather have my back to a wall in case something happens. And two, like, I get very anxious if I have, like, a lot of, like, if I start to feel trapped around a lot of bodies, I will start to feel very anxious, and I will start looking for an exit, and I will bolt out of there, because I'm like, not doing it, nope. You have a tendency to procrastinate? Is that this word? Procrastinate?
Procrastinate.
Procrastinate. Until there is not enough time to do everything. If it's homework, especially Spanish, I completely agree, but everything else, no, so I'm going to slightly disagree with this. You feel, yes, absolutely. I feel very anxious in stressful situations. Yes, absolutely. I'm actually going to strongly agree with that. You believe it is more rewarding to be liked by others than to be powerful. In what situation? But see, this goes with, like, I don't like being around a lot of people, so I don't want to be liked by a lot of people. But how do you mean powerful? Because if you mean, like money, because, I mean, I could do a lot with money. I mean, slightly agree. I don't know. That's a bad question. I don't like that one. You've always been interested in unconventional and... What?
Ambiguous.
Ambiguous. Open to more than one interpretations. Have a double meaning. You've always been interested in unconventional and ambiguous things. In books, art, and movies. I agree. I like when things have more than one meaning to them. You often take initiative and... Nope. I do not. That is the right word, right? Before I do this. Yeah, and take charge before others do. Highly disagree with that. I am very much a follower. So, I mean, I shouldn't, not a follower, but more like I'll see what everyone else is doing before I start doing my own thing. All right, results. Let's see what I am. Your personality type is. I don't even know what that is. What is this?
Advocate.
Advocate. What the hell's an advocate? Here, let me show you the right path. Ooh, okay, so apparently I'm oh my god, I can't believe I can't think of his name. Gandalf? For Lord of the Rings. Look at my little wand. Oh, I could be Albus Dumbledore. Look at the little wand. Alright, let's see. The trait determines how we interact with our environment. Yes, I agree with that. Right? Wait.
Introverted.
Yeah, introverted. I don't know why. I knew what that word was. It doesn't want to come to my mouth. Yes, I am very much introverted. Good job. Okay, so far the test is right. Energy. This trait shows we detect our mental energy. So I'm more of this. What is this?
Intuitive.
Intuitive. Used or based on what one feels to be true, even without reason. Okay, yeah, I agree with that because there's a lot of time I'll have a feeling and I'll base it off that, and it normally works out well for me. So I agree with that. This traits determine how to make decisions and cope with emotions. Feeling? I do a lot of feeling. I'm not quite sure if I would agree with that, but okay. Tactics. This trait reflects our approach to work, planning, and decision making. Judging? That doesn't sound good. What does that mean? Form an inclusion about. That sounds really bad. That sounds like I'm judging everyone. Okay, identity. This trait unpins all others, shows how confident we are in our ability and decision. Aggressor?
Assertive.
Assertive. Having or showing a confident, forceful personality. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if I would agree with that one, but okay. The active personality is very rare, making up less than 1% of the population. But they nonetheless leave their mark on the world. As a member of the Diplomat? Is that what this word is?
Diplomat.
Yeah, okay. Diplomat role group. Advocates have inborn sense of idealism and mortality. But what sets them apart is that they are not ideal dreamers, but people capable of taking concrete steps to realize their goals and make the lasting positive impact. Hell yes, I agree. Let's go for the dream! Advocate is to see helping others as their purpose in life, but while people with this personality type can be found engaging rescue efforts and doing charity work, the real passion is to get to the heart of the issue so that people do not need to be rescued at all. Yes, oh my god, I like this. This paragraph, oh, so good. Okay, I like this test. I like this test. This test is good. Help me help you. Do I need to read all this? Advocates indeed share a unique combination of traits. Though soft-spoken, they have very strong opinions and will fight tirelessly for the idea they believe in. I agree with that. They are decisive and strong-willed, but they rarely use that energy for personal gain. I strongly agree with that as well. I hardly do anything for personal gain. Advocates will act with creative imagination, conviction, and insist not to create advantage, but to create balance. Yes. Everything must have a balance. What the hell is that word?
Egalitarianism.
Egalitarianism. What the hell does that mean? And karma, a very addictive idea to acolytes. Activate. Okay, and they tend to believe that nothing would help the world so much as using love and compassion to soften the hearts of tyrants. Yes, but sometimes tyrants, you do have to kill them. Just saying, sometimes there's no reaching a man that's full of darkness. Every man must decide whether he will walk in the light of creative atoms or in the darkness of destruction and selfishness. Martin Luther King! Live to fight another day. Actors find it easy to make connection with others. Disagree with that 100%. And have talent for warm, sensitive language, speaking in human terms rather than with pure logic and fact. It makes sense that their friends and colleagues will come to think of them as quite extravagant types. What is this?
Extroverted.
Extroverted, outgoing, and social confident. But they will do well to remember that need time alone to decompress and recharge. I agree with that. I need time alone to do exactly that. And not to become too alarmed when they suddenly withdraw. Yes, that I agree with, because a lot of times I like I've said it, but people thought I was heartless and soulless, and that I was like made of stone and had ice in my veins, and it's like, just like give me like a friggin' day to, be myself. Actors take great care of others' feelings. They expect the favor to return. Sometimes that means giving them the space they need for a few days. Absolutely not. I disagree with that. I don't expect anything to be. If I do someone a favor, I don't expect it to be returned by any means. Live to fight another day. Really, though, it's important for Akavits to remember to take care of themselves. Their passion for their convention is perfectly capable of carrying them past their breaking point. If their result gets out of hand, they can find themselves exhausted, unhealthy, and stressed. This can especially be apparent when Akavites find themselves up against conflict and criticism. Their sensitive forces them to do everything they can to avoid these seemingly personal attacks. But when the circumstances are unavoidable, they can fight back in highly unregular and helpful ways. I don't know if I agree with that. The world is a place full of... What's this?
Inequity.
Oh, yes. Lack of fairness and fairness? Yes it is. But it does not have to be. No other personality type is better suited to create a movement to right a wrong, no matter how big or small. Just need to remember that while they're busy taking the world, they need to take care of themselves too. That's interesting. There's a couple things I don't agree with in this sentence, this stuff. I have trouble sleeping no matter what, so I disagree with that too. But that's interesting. A lot of that stuff I think is true, but some of it's not right. Jimmy Carter, ooh, Morgan Freeman! That's all I need to know. This is a good personality type. I love Morgan Freeman. Don't know who that is. James Wilson. Ooh, love him. Did you know he actually broke his foot in the movie when he went to kick the helmet when Pippin and God, I should know these names. I read the book and the movie, and they're my favorite. Why? Oh, Mary? He actually, when he went to kick the helmet, he actually broke his foot, and that's why he falls to the ground, and that's the one they kept it. Ooh, like her too. I thought that was interesting. Yeah, I've watched behind the scenes. The Hobbit behind the scenes is absolutely amazing. You guys should watch that if you haven't yet. Let's see. Strength, creative, insightful, inspiring, convincing, determined, passionate. Let's see. With a strong sense of compassion, use their creativity to restore not technical challenges, but human ones. People with they care about yada yada yada. Weaknesses, sensitivity. I don't agree with this one. Okay. Perfectionist. Can easily be burned out. I don't agree with any of that at all. Let's see. Do we want to look at my romance? When it comes to romantic relationships, take the process of finding a partner seriously. Not one for casual encounters. Okay. Agree with that. Insist they look for deep and meaningful in their relationship. Yep. Haven't found it yet. Will take time necessary to find someone they truly connect with. Once they have found that someone, their relationship will reach the level of depth necessary that most people can only dream of. God, I wish I had that. I agree with that. I'm not one for casual encounters. Like, I rather just, like, there have been many times where there are, like my first girlfriend, like, she was someone I hung out with school, and, like, we would walk in the halls, like, holding hands. I don't even remember how it friggin' started. I think we, like, would always talk in gym and stuff. And for some reason, she got in her head that we were girlfriends, and then, like, it turned out she just wanted me because I was white, and it would piss off her mother that I was white and she wasn't. So it wasn't even that she liked me, it's just she knew they would piss off her mom. Like, she was fine with being a lesbian, but yeah, because I was white, that was gonna piss her off. And, like, my first kiss was with a different girl, but it was just because I was being a rebound for her. when she was fighting with her boyfriend who they were still together with. So my romantic encounters have not been good. Like, oh, I will probably never find a partner. I swear to God, I will not. Getting to the point can sometimes be challenging, especially if they are an impatient type, perfectionist, and picky. I don't agree with that. This I agree with. It's likely to be forgiven, particularly in early stages of dating. Even worse is if our suitors try to resort to manipulating or lying. Yes, I hate that. I hate manipulative people. Like, why do you gotta do that? Like, leave me around on a friggin' leash. So many people have done that to me. I was just like, screw you. Like, that's it. They're done. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to see you. You freaking let me around on a leash. Screw you. Is this for real? We gotta seek out people who share their desire for something and out of the way to avoid those who don't, especially when looking for all that being said. The warm parent can incite all seeing past phases and obviously to understand other people's thoughts and emotions. You hear this? This is a great sell for me, guys. Great sell. That goes beyond physical. Okay, I will agree with that. Alright, cherish is not just the act of being in a relationship, but what it means to become one with a partner in mind, spirit, or soul. I agree with that too. But will I ever have that? Probably not. Okay, what else we got? Friends! Yes, I agree. There needs sincerity. None of the games and crap that people do. Let's see. Yeah, are unlikely to go for a relationship of circumstance like workplace. Yeah, that's where I agree. Like, you're my classmate, you're my work buddy. You can't be anything more than that with me. Like, nope, not happening. But I don't seek people out, so I disagree with that. Close book and speed reader. They're very private. Agree with that. Shots or feelings. I agree with that. Yeah, people got knocked down the wall. Not that many people would. It's like fighting a needle in a haystack. Quite possibly. I don't know if this is interesting anymore. It's interesting to me. Okay, we're in parenthood. I'm skipping parenthood. Career paths. Let's see. You already said charity work, didn't you? What else we got? What? Okay, workplace habits. Conclusion that I am an awesome person. What? I like these little doodles they have of this. Few personality types are passionate and mysterious as mine. Your imagination and empathy makes you someone who do not only cherish their endured and deeply held principles, but unlike many other types, it is also capable of turning these ideas into plans and executing them. Wait, what was that? 50% of what we can tell you about archetypes. Wow, this is so accurate, it's creepy. Are they more about me than people I'm close to? Okay, sure. But yeah, that's what I am, so. Yeah, key to balance. What more can we tell you? I don't know. But yeah, that's that's apparently what I am. Wait, does it show the other types of personality? Oh, it does. Okay. Okay, so these okay. Oh, so each group has 4 different ones. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Well, but this is me right here. This is who I am. I'm an old guy with a wand. Don't mess with me. I'll stick my magic on you. Some of this stuff I don't agree with, but a lot of it was accurate. I will admit that. That surprised me, but a lot of that is accurate. But take this quiz, guy, and then tell me what you are. Are you a wizard like me? Are you an old guy? Or are you one of these other many different personality types? Entrepreneur. I like this. She looks like a lion. I like her little hairdo. But anyways, that's me. This is also a thank you for, I've had an amazing year on YouTube. I've had an amazing year doing this. And thank you guys so much for sticking around. You guys mean so much to me. Even if it doesn't seem like it, you guys do. So, thank you guys so much. Take the quiz. Tell me what you are, okay? Tell me. I demand it. This is me being confident. I demand it. Don't ask me what I'm doing. I don't know anymore, okay? Can't you tell? But thank you guys so much, and I'll talk to you warriors later.